We'll start with our women of distinction. And this is going to be really fun for me because if there's anybody in the academy that should be very worried about her ears ringing all the time because people are always talking about them, I think our woman of distinction fits that category of somebody whose name comes up all the time. And fortunately, I can thank her. She was a part of the committee that hired me. So I already have a bit of place in my heart for her. The Woman of Distinction honor was established by Lake Forest Academy in 2004. It is awarded each year to a woman or women who have excelled in or volunteer or have professional pursuits that serve as role models for Lake Forest Academy's student community. Last year, I had the incredible honor of honoring 10 women who helped rekindle the relationship between Ferry Hall and Lake Forest Academy. And like I said, it was one of the highlights of my time. But this year's Woman of Distinction is someone, like I said, who comes up over and over again in my conversations and has been a part of the spirit of our place. The 2020 Woman of Distinction is Gloria Harper.
Thank you.
Gloria was among the first to greet me and my family with kindness when we arrived at LFA last year. And it's no exaggeration when I say that her name keeps coming up. Our graduates continue to share stories of how Mrs. Harper's science classes were inspiring and thought-provoking, or her administrative work really helped change somebody's life. And when Gloria's in the room, and I've had the honor of being in the room several times, she continues to reach out to her children, the people who she feels connected to and that she's helped move along all these years of her incredible time at LFA. And that is a testament to the beauty of Gloria's heart. So the Woman of Distinction honor recognizes Gloria's 31 years of connection to the Academy. I won't tell you my age when I was 31 years ago, but suffice it to say, it is an incredible run. And she's served in a variety of capacities, and she continues to serve, beginning as a faculty member, an administrator, and currently in her role as a life trustee, a role that she's taken very seriously. I can tell you, I love getting those emails from Gloria on the course of my first year, encouraging me and to move forward and to keep moving. And her leadership is also extended to the Chicago community beyond LFA, with service at the Golden Apple Foundation, the Above and Beyond Family Recovery Center, and the Global Youth Leadership Institute right here at LFA. So I invite you to join me in congratulating this amazing educator, this amazing member of the LFA community, and one of our stalwarts and rocks, Ms. Gloria Harper, as the 2020 Woman of Distinction. Congratulations, Gloria.
Thank you. I'm at a loss for words because I might start crying when I think of my LFA family. From the time that I first came to Lake Forest Academy, when Bondi and Tom Hodgkins were there, and I followed my daughter Raquel, who was up for the Headmaster's Award and sitting there grading papers, and Bondi asked me, what did I teach? And when she told me that there was a position available and I should apply for it, and I did. And from that moment and time up until now, through John and Lauren Strutwick, who I met at Phillips Academy, and Jose, you and Andrea, I am totally in debt to my Lake Forest Academy family, because my students, and I call them my children, and all of them, a lot of them have their own children now. Their parents, who have become very close friends of mine, and the Board of Trustees, and all of my co-workers and staff members that I met. There are no words that I can possibly say to each of you for the impact that you've had on my life and my daughter's life, because without you, I would not be where I am today. My Golden Apple experience was because of LFA when you nominated me for the award. my above and beyond experience as the president of the board is because of my parent, of his 3 daughters that I taught, Brian Cressy, who is over that foundation. And above, I can't thank you enough, because I am who I am today, and I do what I do because I learned it from you. So to all of you, especially all of my children, my students, I will always call you my children. Thank you for being in my life. I can't thank you enough for this honor. I have to stop because I'm about to cry, because you mean the world to me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Gloria. Thank you so much for everything you've done and for everything you will do. Looking forward to many, many more years of partnership. Next up, it's my honor to bestow the LFA Hall of Fame honors. The Lake Forest Academy Hall of Fame was established in 1980 by the LFA Alumni Association to honor individuals who have earned distinction in a variety of important categories. Today, we honor alumni and alumni in the following ways: achievement and service to society, service to the school, achievement in athletics, and achievement in the arts. Tonight's first honor is awarded posthumously for service to society and recognizes the late Robert Bates, class of 1960, for his ultimate sacrifice for our nation. At a time when our country is continually working to improve and unite, I am humbled to honor First Lieutenant Robert Bates with this honor. He was the first soldier from Lake Forest to be killed in action in Vietnam, earning him a Purple Heart. He also received a Silver Star for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity in action in his command of the 1st Platoon Company G's 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines, during Operation Kern in the Republic of Vietnam, before he was mortally wounded on October 22nd, 1966. Robert's family is unable to join us today, but their connection to the Academy is long-standing. One of the first buildings on our current LFA campus was the legendary Bates House, constructed in the spring of 1948. Perhaps some of you lived there. This dorm was funded by Robert's father, George Bates, class of 1922. So please join me in congratulating posthumously Mr. Robert Bates. Thank you. Our next inductee to the Hall of Fame is Zaid Abdul Alim, class of 1990, for his service to the school. Zaid served as a member of the LFA Board of Trustees for a decade, from 2007 to 2017, and now serves, and very much serves, as a life trustee. He is someone I continue to hear from, and I've been grateful for his support. Zaid, the leaders of your alma mater are extraordinarily grateful for your service on the board's advancement committee, finance committee, as well as the ad hoc endowment subcommittee. While it is clear you devoted time to the fiscal health of LFA, we are reminded by LFA's Dean of Pluralism and Multicultural Affairs, Lasanda Maikana, that you used your position and voice on the board to be an advocate for pluralism. This is extended to other ways you have been involved with the Academy students and alumni through the Black Student Union in particular, and in myriad other ways. Your LFA legacy began with numerous accomplishments as a student, senior class president, prefect, and all-conference athlete in football, basketball, and track. You still hold the school record for the long jump and for the triple jump. We got to recruit someone to come after you, Zaid. So from LFA, you went on to Duke and went on to become a Fulbright scholar. That's it. One of the truly extraordinary resumes you can imagine. I want to congratulate Zaid Abdul Alim, one of our finest from the class of 1997, and a 2020 Hall of Fame inductee. Please join me in a round of applause for Zaid.
So do I have the floor for a few seconds?
Of course, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, so hey, you know, this was a pleasant surprise, as everyone can imagine. how mundane and sort of groundhoggish the days are for me to get an email that I'm getting distinguished. So thank you for that. But, and thinking about what to say, I think, it's thank you to all of you. I don't feel as much as I should be being thanked as much as I should be thanking everyone who made my time and experience at LFA special. High school is a very formative year in our lives. And I can be one of those folks in the camp to say it was special to me. And it was special because of all of you. And, I'm gonna just go down the line quickly. Gloria Harper, while you weren't my teacher, you took me to school every time I met with you. I could see Mr. Ryder. His French class prompted me to study abroad in Paris for the summer, and that ended up getting me exposed to the rest of the world. I can see Sam Dobie, who I used to babysit. I could see Bill, and yep, you inspired me to get my master's in history and the Fulbright at Duke University. Maurice Holmes, we worked together on the board together, still in touch. Eric Stisser, had some fun times playing football, basketball, etc. Bunch of other people too. Yeah, there's a lot of people on here, but I won't go down the line. But that's just, and Regina, we worked together on the board together. So that's just to say how important and special my relationships have been to come out of the school. And Jose, I'm very excited about you being headmaster. You've already shown that you have an outwardly perspective and approach to running the school, and your outreach has definitely been noted and appreciated. So thank you all.
Thank you, Zaid, and congratulations. And thank you for the continued relationship and support. Our next honoree for achievement in the arts, we recognize Rebecca Mackay, class of 1995. This 2020 LFA Hall of Fame distinction is only the most recent addition to a list of accomplishments that any author would be proud of. To give you a sense, here are some highlights from this extraordinary list of achievements from Rebecca's life. Rebecca is a nationally recognized writer. Her first novel, The Borrower, was a Booklist Top 10 debut, Indie Next Pick, and O Magazine selection. Her book, The 100-Year House, was the Chicago Writers Association Novel of the Year and received raves in the New York Times Book Review and elsewhere. Oh, but Rebecca was just getting started. Notably, The Great Believers was a finalist for the 2019 Pulitzer Prize in Fiction, finalist for the 2018 National Book Award, and one of the New York Times top 10 books of 2018. And truly remarkable, remarkable novel. The Great Believers has also been optioned, and I just learned this recently, it's very exciting, for television by Amy Poehler's Paper Kite Productions. Rebecca, we're honored to count you as an alumna and for this opportunity to induct you into the LFA Hall of Fame. And I'm also happy to say that Rebecca, in her partnership with John Freeman, our Dean of Residential Life, is also continuing to be a member of LFA on a daily basis. It is so good to have you continue to be part of the community. And we are, Rebecca, so honored to be associated with all of your incredible success. So it is my distinct pleasure to honor one of the great American writers, Ms. Rebecca Mackay, as our class of 2020 Hall of Fame inductee.
Thank you. This is delightful. And I was one of those nerdy kids who, between classes in Corbin, would actually read the Hall of Fame plaques, whatever they were, from like Jean Harlow to just some businessman. I thought they were fascinating. I know they're not up anymore, but they were part of my between class breaks. It's very hard for me to even wrap my head around what LFA has been in my life, but in brief, I'll say I had a lousy childhood and a lousy home life. I got to LFA a year young. I didn't turn 14 until the end of freshman year. I was in way over my head, and the school saved my life. And it took a kind of, nerdy, interested kid and gave me a way to become who I am. I had Gloria Harper as a coach. I had Bill Dolby as a history teacher. Steve is here, tried very hard to teach me French to whatever extent I learned it. But I graduated LFA, and I remember leaving campus and thinking, I wonder if I'll ever see this campus again. I've lived back on campus now for 19 years as a member of the community just because of my husband, whom I dragged back to Chicago, and this is where he got a job. And I've seen the school change in the best possible ways, but I've also seen the exact same place that is just an incubator for any kind of kid who's willing to get there and learn. And it's really hard for me to even separate, to imagine who I would be without this school for so many reasons. So I'm utterly thrilled. And, I wish that, 14-year-old me could get the message that I'd end up on the Hall of Fame wall. So I guess she's gotten the message. I guess that's what's happening right now. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Now for Achievement in Athletics, we welcome Eric Stisser, class of 1990, to the LFA Hall of Fame. Eric is the Vice President of Corporate Partnerships for the St. Louis Blues and city's indoor sports venue, the Enterprise Center. He's been with the St. Louis Blues for 14 years. In his role, he manages and develops business relationships and generates revenue through corporate partnerships, advertising sales, signage, media, community relations, promotions, and all kinds of other sales. His hard work was handsomely rewarded in 2009 when the St. Louis Blues won their first ever NHL Stanley Cup championship. Eric did not have to wonder where he would put a Stanley Cup ring though, as they had a natural spot next to his Super Bowl ring from his time with the St. Louis Rams, who were Super Bowl champions in 2000. It's like the Midas touch. It's the Eric Stisser Midas touch. A fun fact about Eric, after graduating from DePaul University, Eric returned to LFA to be the Assistant Director of Admissions and Development from 1994 to 1996. I'm wondering if he let some of y'all in. As a student at LFA, Eric was quarterback and captain of the football team and led the team to a 10-1 season and was all conference. And earlier he gave a shout out to Zaid, and it's terrific to have both of them be honored together today. LFA faculty member and alumnus Chris Dezois once said Eric was, quote, so valuable to the team that the head coach would not let him play defense in fear that he might get hurt. Eric was also captain of the LFA basketball team, where he was a 1,000-point scorer. For the many contributions you've made to the world of athletics, both here at LFA and in our nation, we congratulate Eric Stisser, class of 1990, and welcome you to the LFA Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Eric.
Well, thanks very much. I appreciate the kind words. It's always a bit embarrassing because, I'm fortunate that I've worked in pro sports, but I make it really clear I never scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I never scored a goal in the Stanley Cup last year. I'm just really lucky to work for two good organizations, and the fact that we were able to win a couple titles is great. But thinking back to my time at LFA, it's really neat to see so many familiar faces on here. I'm one of 4 people in my family that graduated from LFA, actually 5 if I include my uncle David Andreas, but Andy Lee, Jason Lee, Mark Stisser, myself. So it was really important to our family. I came to LFA as a sophomore, and just really, as Zaid said earlier, really important years of growing up and being away from home in the dorm and making that college adjustment a lot easier. But some people I just want to thank that, some are on here, some are not, but Coach Morrison, Zaid and I were so lucky our senior year. We had a great team. We were 10-0, and we lost in the state quarterfinals, and it was a tough one. But, being a quarterback with Zaid in the backfield was pretty easy, and throwing the ball to Don Stroud and Steve Shaw and others, it was really pretty easy. We had a great offense, and Same in basketball. I was a point guard, and I'd feed it to Chris Freeberg and Zayd, and I would occasionally hit a three here and there. So again, great teammates. And then I played baseball as well. We won conference that year. So really great memories. So I want to thank Coach Morrison, Coach Bowler, Coach Wick. And we had a lot of great athletes, and it was really a lot of fun. And then, went to DePaul for a few years and played football and basketball. And it was really funny how I ended up back at Lake Forest Academy. But I did. Tom and Bondi were just looking to fill a hole in the admissions office, and I did that for a few years and ended up coaching with Coach Dossois and Bill Dolby. And that was kind of a fun, closing of the circle, if you will, being back on campus. And even on here, seeing Gloria Harper. Gloria, I still talk to my kids, and I still talk to some of my coworkers about your 6 Ps, previous proper planning prevents poor performance. That has stuck with me since you gave me that like in 11th grade. And I love that little 6P. It's great. So, and to see Bill and Sue, they were my dorm parents at Bates. Bill was my academic advisor. U.S. history was one of my favorite classes. So I could go on, but it's really humbling and meaningful to me to be part of this. And there's a lot of people that assisted me along the way. So thanks to everyone. Great to see you. And I look forward to hopefully doing this live next fall.
Thank you, Eric. Congratulations. And thank you, Eric, for that wonderful session earlier with Darren Maley. That was really very terrific. Now it is my pleasure, and last but not least, our final 2020 inductee to the LFA Hall of Fame. And even though he didn't work with Eric in the front office, should have the equivalent of a Super Bowl ring for his 36 years of service and leadership at the Academy. And I have some spies that tell me that even though he is retired, he still checks on the school now and then and might hop on a Zoom now and then due to his dedication to the Academy. It is my honor to recognize Bill Dolby. Bill retired, much to my chagrin, at the end of the 2019-2020 school year, a year punctuated by the school's transition to e-learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Bill was a distinguished member of the history faculty, where he held the Ned and Lynn Jessen Endowed Chair in the Humanities. He also served as a chair of the department, dean of faculty, assistant head of school, associate head of school, dorm parent, football coach, softball coach, basketball coach, club advisor, mentor, and I will add LFA jester. This is a hilarious, hilarious man that I miss every single day. I'm especially grateful to Bill, who reached out to me as a first-year head of school. Bill stood beside me during a year, as you can imagine, like no other. First years are always challenging, but this year was like none other. And he kept that same steady wisdom, wit, and above all, laser focus on what was best for our students. And with that, I always felt that with Bill by my side, there was very little that I couldn't do. He truly is a remarkable leader and a remarkable man. And I'm speaking, as you heard a couple people already give him a shout out. Hall of Famers, LFA Hall of Famers, giving credit to Bill Dolby. And this honor could not go to a better person and a better member of our community. Through and through, Bill is Team LFA. And whether he's attending a sporting event, and Bill is absolutely everywhere, a concert, student activity, or alumni gathering, it was never a surprise for Bill to stop by to let students, alumni, and his fellow faculty and staff members know that they were supported, that he saw them, and above all, that he cared about them. And those are the ways, as you could hear, that's how you can transform lives. This is why we do this for a living. And Bill Dolby exemplifies that and has exemplified that for over 3 decades. I also want to give a shout out to Sue, who's there, and give her credit and thank her for the ways that she allowed and gave space for Bill to really be such a big part of the community. And Sue, for everything that you did for the community. I hear stories about the ways that you contributed and of the ways that your home helped so many students. In many cases, students who were in crisis, students you didn't even know were in crisis. The home that the two of you provided, I think really helped affect and even save lives. So this honor is shared by you, Sue, along with Bill. So therefore, in my capacity as head of school, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome Bill Dobie to the Lake Forest Academy Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Bill.
Well, thank you very much. This is a great honor. I knew it was a great honor as soon as I got the news. But then my sister pointed out, not only did I make the Hall of Fame, but I made it on the first ballot. So it's even better. Anything I may have accomplished at Lake Forest Academy couldn't have been done without the support and patience of the faculty and staff, an amazing faculty and staff, and the patience and support of the amazing student body. And then especially, it could not have been done without the help of my wife, Sue Peacher. So thank you to all of those folks for making it a fun ride all along the way, and for this honor today. Thank you.
Final congratulations to all our honorees.